Hello, everybody. I'm Dale Ketchel, Park President here at Six Flags Over Georgia. I know many of you. And as Pete said, welcome back, friends. We always appreciate seeing you and appreciate how much you love and care about us. But what I'd like you to do for me now is I'd like to acknowledge our incredible culinary team, our entertainment techs, and everybody. You know, this is training time for us to get ready for the park. So, guys, thank you. You're the best. You're Gene has got all kinds of fun stuff to share with you, but I just wanted to let you know from Jim Reed Anderson and our entire organization, we just really appreciate all you do for us and how much you care about what we do and how much you care enough to be honest with us about what we do. It's very, very important, and it shapes much of what we do. And I've been here 5 years, believe it or not, in Atlanta. This is the longest I've ever been in one park in my theme park career. And in those 5 years, if you look around, I think sometimes we take for granted what an incredible job our team does, but we've literally reshaped 75% of this park. We've rebuilt 3 brand new areas, which hopefully all of you have had a chance to enjoy. And we are so excited to share with you our newest project after Gene. So what we'd love to do is, after Gene gives his presentation, feel free, we want to show off the new ride area and share with you some of the other things we're doing over there. But feel free to just grab us, ask whatever you want to ask. We are so excited about 2018 and beyond, and for the next 5 years, 10 years, and another 50 years down the road. So thank you all for being here. Now let me introduce Gene Petriello. And you all know Gene, and he's got some exciting things to share. So thanks for being here, guys, and most importantly, make sure you drive home safely.
Well, again, welcome to the park, and Dale always likes to thank all of you for being here and our awesome team, but no one gets to thank Dale for being a great park president here. So let's give Dale a round of applause. All right, so we have an exciting year here at Six Flags Over Georgia. As I like to say, you know, we have the Loop coaster that came in 2015, but let's be real here. The first real major roller coaster since Goliath in 2006 is coming to this park. We're so excited about it. But in order for the new coaster to come, we had to say goodbye to a classic. So on the next slide is an ode to the Georgia Cyclone.
It's Georgia Cyclone, which will take its final ride on July 30th, and this is really big news. You have 2 weeks left to come ride this iconic wood roller coaster at Six Flags Over Georgia. As you may know, this one.
the progress of construction that we've had so far, and honestly, as some of you know, I am not the biggest roller coaster rider. I scream with Paul Milliken and all the other media while we're live. And when I saw that drop for the first time and I stood next to it, and you'll see it today in a few minutes, I'm still working up the courage, Dale, to ride this 40 or 50 times on media day, so hope you're ready to do some interviews for me. He will. Dale does great with that. This is a quick, I stole this actually. Sydney had an awesome infographic, so I stole it, but I didn't get it made in time for it to be in handouts, but you'll get it soon. I'll send it to you. This is a quick overview of the Twisted Cyclone coming to the park. Key things is what you're going to see today is you'll see the lift hill obviously has been installed and the drop as well. About 20-25% of the track is in. It actually stops here at the bottom, basically the lift hill, as you're going into the reverse cobra roll, and that is being installed, the steel beams and all that stuff, and they're actually building up the coaster back up to be as tall as it's going to be in that area, so they're working on that now, and you'll see that when we go out there today. And of course, some key things about the ride: we're going to go 3 times upside down with our inversions, 3 overbank turns, 10 air time moments. It's 100 feet or so tall. It's been built up a little bit higher than the Georgia Cyclone was. And the big news was, if you heard from the construction tour that we did, because we certainly heard from you guys about the length of the track, so we appreciate the feedback. Of course, adjustments are made along the way, and Alan from Rocky Mountain Construction alluded to it when we unveiled the train cars, but we actually added several hundred feet of track to the ride, so it is now 2,600 feet. Just for comparison, it's only a couple hundred feet shorter than the Georgia Cyclone was. It'll go 50 miles an hour. Your initial drop is 75 degrees, but I swear it looks like it's 90 degrees to me. And it is about 1 minute and 30 seconds long. And here is an awesome POV of what you'll experience. I will tell you that the wood is white wood installed is not as well as this. Again, another one. Yeah, we're excited about it here. We're really thrilled to open it. Just so everyone knows, our media day is going to be, it is on schedule to open Memorial Day weekend. Our media day is May 23rd, and yes, you will be invited. So Stephen, there's your answer, because I knew you were going to ask me. This is the 2 train cars. They're one-of-a-kind 1960 model sports convertible cars. The first one we unveiled here was the black version. We unveiled it at IAPA to amazing reviews, and then a few weeks later, we unveiled the red version of the Twisted Cyclone train car, and today, the red version is outside the ride for pictures for you guys as we go through the section. Now, before we go to the next slide, we are making some changes here to the park, and we're going to go through some of these changes. Everything is good to release. You can talk about it all you want until I tell you there's one slide you can't. One thing, how many people know what the current section is called where the Cyclone, Twisted Cyclone is? Anybody know? British. Well, it's not the British anymore. Because of the new ride, we are renaming the British section the coastal section of the park to go with the theming of the ride of Twisted Cyclone, a storm, a party. You're riding it out, the storm at Six Flags Over Georgia in the new coastal section. So we can go to the next slide now. So this is some renderings that we have of the new coastal section of the ride. Up here you can see this is the entry building that is currently there. So we're renovating that building right now, and you'll see that when you go out there shortly. Only thing that's different here is this locker building is actually going to become, next to it there are stroller rentals, and then that's going to be a storage area for the stroller rentals. The lockers are actually going to go inside the queue line, which we'll show you when we go out there. I actually just talked to Lenny, our culinary manager, and Johnny Rockets. It will get remodeled. It was just approved yesterday. So that's exciting. It's going to get a new roof and remodel to be outside there. One thing you'll notice here is this looks like there's pavers down here. It will look like similar to, it's going to be concrete, similar to what you see in Bugs Bunny Boomtown and DC Super Friends, but that is exactly how it'll look. So you can see that we have the storm, coastal type theming throughout. And again, this is just a quick overview. All the roofs, the color of the red roof is a little bit darker than the color is there. We actually have one of the roofs done. We just completed it yesterday, so we'll be able to see that color as well. My favorite board of all is this one right here. I'm hoping it stays. It says, Hurricane Evacuation Plan, grab beer, run like hell. And it's going to go right there on the entrance to the building, so I'm hoping that stays. Really pushing for that one to stay. So you can see we're doing the whole boarded up, hurricane, storm is coming, and you're going to ride it out. Go to the next slide. This is just a quick little overview of the Twisted Cyclone track. And then the next slide, we will have a big Twisted Cyclone symbol, just like they have up in New England for Wicked Cyclone. The big logo will be attached to the structure. All right, so we have a bunch of things going on here aside from Twisted Cyclone, just real quick. Opening day, 1 month from today, 28 days from this exact moment, we'll be running coasters here at Six Flags over Georgia. How many are going to be here on opening day? We want everybody to stand up. And unfortunately, the next thing I have to tell you is it will be the Alabama Scorcher. The Georgia Scorcher will be the Alabama Scorcher. So we actually, like Byron said, we were really excited to participate in that little stunt. Six Flags Over Georgia is now 0-2. The Falcons lost last year, so we had to rename it the Patriots Skyscraper. The University of Georgia, we thought we had it like 4 times, Byron. We thought we had it, but so we lost that. So we're actually excited to be able to do it. And I don't know if you've seen our Twitter feed, but somebody actually announced, put a picture of the Alabama Crimson Tide logo right away, like within moments of them winning, on the Alabama Scorcher, and we retweeted it in the newspaper. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution ran it and said that we were being sassy about it. We're upset. Next, spring break is March 31st to April 8th every day. It will not have the BMX bike show like you're used to, but something big, and stay tuned. The coastal section of the park will also have coastal Dippin' Dots, and it will have the Twisted Cyclone ride photo location, which when we go out there, there's a couple places it may go, so it's not official yet exactly if it's going to be a new building or in a previous building that's already there, but we'll show you the general area. Here's the other big one. The French section is no more in the park either. We are renaming the French section the Piedmont section. Let me tell you what was in the French section of the park before we renamed it. Macho Nacho, not French. Monster Mansion, not French. Monstore Snacks, not French. Six Below, American Briar's Ice Cream, not French. So we are going to call it Piedmont, and Piedmont, as many of you may or may not know, is actually a section of Georgia. And coastal is also a section of Georgia down the coast by Savannah. So if you're seeing a theme here, you might want to, you're going to catch on. Fort Fest is back, it's expanded. It's going to be 5 days this year of fireworks, since July 4th is a Wednesday. So we'll go the previous weekend, June 30th through July 4th, with fireworks each night. We also have our Hurricane Harbor VIP as well. Fright Fest, we always put something new in, so we'll have new mazes and scare zones. And then Holiday in the Park will be expanded this season, and we're actually extending it a week longer into the 2019 season. It will end on Sunday, June 6th. Or January, let's say January, thank you. Okay, so now here's where the big news is, and I need everyone to their phones.
That we have down here, we'll start, we'll go clockwise from Georgia.
Here at Six Flags Over Texas, they are getting Harley Quinn's Insanity, which is the similar ride that they're getting up at Great Adventure called Cyborgs, Cyberspin. And that's a new innovative ride, and Six Flags is all known for innovation. Gyroscope, it's like a massive axis it's going to fly on, first of its kind, and it will have 24 seats at both locations. We went through Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster down in Fiesta, Texas. Down in Mexico at Six Flags Mexico, they're getting the 4D spin coaster, and they are calling their coaster Wonder Woman coaster. At Six Flags Magic Mountain, it's Crazanity, which is the world's first Giga Discovery ride by Zamperla. Go up the road, Water World Concord, which is the water park that Six Flags Discovery Kingdom acquired last year. They are adding a new splashwater island similar to Skull Island and other splashwater children play areas across that you've seen at other Six Flags parks. And then at their theme park at Discovery Kingdom, they are debuting Harley Quinn Crazy Coaster, which is 2 coasters on a track, and they both go at the same time in a figure 8 formation. Let's skip across the country to Six Flags St. Louis, and that photo up there, Twisted Typhoon Twister, might look familiar because that is the exact ride that we have here, Tsunami Surge, and that's actually a photo from our park of that ride. So they are getting our version of Tsunami Surge here at Georgia into Six Flags St. Louis, and they're calling it Typhoon Twister. Six Flags Great America is getting the world's largest loop coaster. More information to come, stay tuned. Six Flags the Great Escape will get Pandemonium, which also is the giant spin. Don't ask me how to pronounce what's going to Laurent, but it's going to be a really neat festival. Cindy, I might have to call Cindy over here if it comes out for me. Do you know how to pronounce it? Yes, she does. I have no idea. But it's going to be awesome. And at Six Flags New England, they're getting Harley Quinn's Spinsanity, which also is the giant spin ride. And then down at Six Flags Great Adventure, again, Cyborg's Cyberspin. And at Six Flags America, they're getting Wahoo River, which is a lazy river renovation to their water park, which is one of the nicest water parks I've ever seen. So that's what's going on around all our parks. We're going to go out into the park here in a few minutes, but a couple things real quickly. We'll take a couple quick questions here, and then we'll go outside. First off, when we go outside, make sure you bring your hard hat with you, because we are going through an active construction zone. You are able to take whatever pictures you want. Again, I told you it's really muddy, and it definitely is, so just let us lead the way and just follow us out. We're going to go through some gates that you probably have never seen before, so we're going to go through those areas. The other thing is, we talked about the Georgia Cyclone, and everybody loved the Georgia Cyclone ride. It opened in 1990. We have a special gift for each and every one of you. And these boxes over here that Skylar and Courtney are going to hand out are one of the last pieces of wood from the You'll be able to take home a piece of history here at the park. They are numbered. There are 1,000 of these, so you have a number on the bottom. There are no more left. That's all we got. 1,000 pieces. So you get to take home a piece of history of the Georgia Cyclone. The only thing we ask is that, I know last year we gave you the hard hats, but you guys were so awesome this year. You exceeded our expectations with the amount of people here. So I need these hard hats back, unfortunately. Because I have to use these for our media days. So this is pretty much every hard hat we own here at the park, and we actually bought extra just for today. So please just let us take the hard hats back this year. You get to take home your piece of Georgia Cyclone history, and with that, we'll take a few quick questions in here. And then again, as Dale said, we can answer questions along the way as we go through what's going on outside.
What is the date of the 45-hour marathon of the 3 receivers?
That's not happening this year. Maybe the Goliath Marathon. Right.
Okay, anything, because we have another anniversary this year, Mind Benders turning 40, is there anything that we done today?
We actually are talking, it's a great question, we are talking about Mind Bender's 40th anniversary is this year, and we are talking about ways we can honor him, which I think his birthday is March 31st, which is our first day of spring break. So we're thinking about doing some quick little birthday celebration, and maybe having some of you all come back and be the first riders that day. We'll be in touch. In the back.
Yeah, for now, yes.
Unless we tell you differently. In the red shirt.
Has the new Georgia Twisted Cyclone license plate been on the train displays yet?
He asked if the new Twisted Cyclone license plates, which, very good observation, they are unique license plates for our 2 train cars on Twisted Cyclone. Well, we just have a generic one on there right now. When we debut the ride to the public on Friday, May 25th, you will see that for the first time ever. When you go outside, it'll just
What
have
is
the
your name?
Nicholas.
Nicholas, I gotta tell you, when Gene announced the blocks of wood, the look on your face, I swear to you, is exactly why we do this for a living. The look of excitement that you have on your face, we get to do that every day and make people really, really happy. So don't ever lose that smile and don't ever lose that enthusiasm for our business, because that is why we come to work every day. So thank you, Nicholas.
Very smart too, very smart. Go ahead.
Are we gonna be back in here so we can leave this here so we don't lose it?
Yes, you can leave everything, all your stuff can stay in here, and then all you need to bring with you is your hard hat outside, and we'll come back here and pick everything up. Any other real quick questions? Good. Yeah.
I had really know we're doing something with George Cyclone trains on the 16th of the fall of last year, and then I got George Cyclone trains on the 16th.
Are you sneaking behind our front gates without telling us? We gotta get security to be a little tighter here.
You know, it's funny you should say that, because we have one of our secret weapons at Six Flags is we have a group of corporate engineers. I don't know, there's probably 10 of them throughout our entire system. They're based out of different parts. And they're constantly, a lot of the innovation things that the RMC relationship and all those things start out of conversations with that engineering group. And everything we do is in lockstep with them. And being able to retrofit the Cyclone trains and go backwards and all that is a great example of our little secret weapon that we have with our corporate engineering team.
We'll take one more question here, then we're gonna go outside. Who has any other questions? Good.
The change of the color of the wood, what was the main reason there?
You mean at Cyclone?
Yeah.
Well, we also, in addition to corporate engineers, we have a really talented group of corporate designers. And I have a rule, I don't pick colors. I let designers pick colors. So they thought with the really cool color blue track that we selected, that would be the best way to pop it, along with the theme we're trying to create, blue sky, a little gray. So there's a theme, and I will tell you, once you go out and look at it, because when I first saw it, I thought, gray, is that going to pop the way we want it to? But you'll see when you go out there, it's very, very impressive. So we're really happy with the way it turned out.
Before we go outside, I wanted to tell you two more things. First of all, I want to thank my team for being here today, Courtney and Skylar. Skylar's awesome for putting the videos together. Courtney is a great supervisor, does awesome ticket donation work. We joked around about that. But one other thing I want to tell you before we go outside, he's here today. Some of you may know that Jason Coleman is the Director of Operations, or was the Director of Operations at this park. Greg Fuller, who is here with us today, is now our new Director of Operations here at Six Flags Over Georgia. You'll see him on the right side, and Jason Coleman has not left us. Jason is now the Director of In-Park Services, or IPS, Retail, Culinary, and Spending in the park. So they swap jobs. They're excited about their new positions. So Greg is now Jason. So when you see Greg out in the park, make sure you give him hell, just like you gave Jason hell.
So if you're lucky enough to get his cell phone number, make sure call him at 3, 4 in the morning. He loves it.
All right, we're gonna go outside now. So just grab your hard hats and we'll see you.
All right, so what I was saying was where we're standing now, hopefully it's not like this 28 days from now. Hopefully the weather's a lot nicer. Where we're standing right now, has been the stroller building. Rentals, and this will continue to be the same location, but it's being renovated. So what's behind everybody was where the electrical paneling, IT is going to go for Twisted Cyclone. So that'll be boarded off. Where you're standing now is where the rentals will be. I was joking that this thing here is where the ride photo is going to be, but this is not. This actually goes on top of the Cyclone Q building, and that will be installed towards the end, and a flag will fly off the top of this. I'll show you where that is in a second. Where Greg is standing, or to my right, in the corner here, that is where the lockers are currently. They are going inside the queue line, and this area will all be storage for the strollers. So if you remember, they were just kind of hanging out here. You can see them as you walk by. Won't have that anymore. It's going to look much cleaner and nicer in here. And again, it'll take on the same features that you've seen in the area with Twisted Cyclone. Across from us is Johnny Rockets. You may have noticed that the planters that were in front of Johnny Rockets, where these two white mounds of dirt now are, that they are obviously gone. And we are renovating Johnny Rockets. They'll get a new facade. The outdoor will get renovated. There'll be new seating and other things inside of there, of which I actually don't know all the details yet, because as I told you, it was just approved yesterday, but Dale knows.
And we are putting the first self-service kiosks in one half of the queue line for folks to be able to process ASDP and hopefully get served much quicker. Lenny and now Jason have been working very hard. The whole kitchen is getting a redo to be able to deliver what is some of our most popular food in the park much more quickly and more efficiently. So we hope that's a much better experience, and a lot more seating and shade outside of the building. That's why the planters are gone, enabling us to open it up and have a lot more seating and creature comforts as parents either wait for their children to get off the ride or just to make this a much more sociable environment.
And I can tell just from walking down here, yesterday is the first day I saw it without paver, without the planters, and it already feels so much wider, and there's still a big mound there. So there are two big mounds, so it'll look really great in this area. So I think the rain has slowed down enough that we can walk out. The train car, the red one, is over here. You're welcome to take pictures with it, so do that now. We do want to get a group photo of everybody in front of the train car, so take your pictures, and then we'll grab everybody for a quick photo there, depending upon the weather.
Yeah, I'm recording. Sorry.
I think somebody asked me about the license plate, wasn't it you? So that is just the temporary one. There's going to be a different license plate on there when we actually open the
You
ride.
don't have any plans to wrap this in some kind of marketing, advertising, like
No.
candy bars?
No, it's
or
too
snack
beautiful.
food?
It's too beautiful right now.
The control panel's back there for the feet.
And by the way, notice these two roofs on the left were just done yesterday. The roof on the right will take on that red color, and as time goes on, it'll get a little bit more red when it ages a little bit. So, and the facade you see here, the yellow facade, think of that look on all these buildings, more of a, think Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Yeah, Les Tudor.
And the Johnny Rockets roof will be painted blue.
Oh, nice.
Same color, blue.
Let me just.
Close.
So over here, obviously this is the entrance to what will be the entrance to Twisted Cyclone. I believe it's a little wider than it was previously. Definitely. Yeah. So the building, the little Dippin' Dots building that really never was used, was over here where Dale and I are standing. That's gone. This is the potential spot for the ride photo. The other potential spot would be in the Emperor's Brim area, but this will be the exit queue area will be through here. In the actual queue house, all your lockers are going to be basically from this side over, so you'll be able to put all your stuff in your lockers, and then you'll queue into here. All the queuing is being redone. The decking's being redone, the stairs are being redone. You'll see as we go out here, you'll see there's no stairs, or there wasn't at 4:45 yesterday afternoon, into the ride to the station, so we can't even go up there right now. But they're putting all the flooring, new queuing, the station's getting totally remodeled as well.
And the Q House will also have a theme package, obviously relating to the Twisted Cyclone theme. No bags or anything on the
There'll be storage lockers on the inside. Yeah, the storage lockers will literally be right in here against the wall. As you come around the corner here, that was the first piece of track that was installed as early as December 1st. The railings that you see, they will not be that wood color. They're going to be painted just like the rest of the ride in that kind of grayish off-white color. The station will get painted as well. You can see over here, straight ahead of me, is where there are no stairs. They'll all be replaced. There will be nice fencing around this area. The rocks. Yeah, it's like there will be a flash pass line. It will be somewhere in this area as well. Obviously, it's hard to visualize where it would be without it actually being there, but there will be a flash pass entrance on this side. And I was just told yesterday, hopefully this stays the same, the back part of this building, the back part of this building with those storm lights, the emergency lights right there, that's currently where some IT equipment is. That's actually being removed and torn down as well. Oh, okay. This will really be opened up. Just this back piece here with the blue and the white, that looks really kind of out of place. It'll be chopped down to go even with the rest of the building.
Huh?
Yeah, they took all every signs out of there. It's probably some. I've been finding my sign somewhere every day around this area.
There's one Georgia Cyclone sign left in the key building.
Yeah, it was funny when we closed it. We still have the sign up there, so everyone's asking.
Auction ball?
If you guys just walk around that pathway,
Where's Dale at?
Dale?
Oh. They need the key, Dale.
Need the key for the gate?
Yeah, my whole bad.
He's wagging his way up.
one thing when you come through here, Dale will lead the way. If you look to the left, you'll notice that there's pieces of track leading to the lift hill that are not there. The reason why it's not there is because we have to get the crane in and out of that area to continue to add track. So that'll actually be one of the last pieces of track put on the ride. Follow Dale around.
Interesting.
Yes.
What do you do? Yeah.
There are.
You want to see what roller coaster track feels like? So that's a couple of 100 feet. That's a substantial.
Yeah, they added more turns.
Oh, okay.
And actually,
You getting shots like I want to get.
No, it's just very active. Originally, I want to say it was 96, 97.
You haven't gone up there and measured it?
No, I'm scared. They actually, when they were popping it off, we put GoPros and stuff on the ride to get that video, and they were like, "Do you want to go up there?" I'm like, "Yo, feet on the ground." Yes.
And look at me, Nicholas.
The reason trees were down because we needed to get access to the construction, you just
What was
don't
that?
like trees.
What was that?
The reason trees are down is because you need to get access to the construction, or you just don't like them.
We love trees,
And it'll go all
but
the way
yeah,
down to
we needed access to the ride.
Are you gonna replant them?
No, there will be a fence here.
That makes sense.
It's gonna fence and theming around. We are keeping this area open now because previously it was that green fence that you see there, and the ride's pretty shut off. We want to show off our new shiny toy.
Yeah, I do like the whole Wicked Twister kind of, what's it called? Cyclone. Wicked
Cyclone,
Thing like
Twisted
that.
Cyclone.
What? No, I'm talking about the other one, Wicked. Like
Wicked
they
up
have
in-
like the stuff in it, like the theming.
Yeah, so it's gonna be very similar to that, but theming for Twisted Cyclone or Hurricane.
Okay.
Can we take a picture of the drop or?
Dale didn't want us to go down.
Not that far.
Really, yeah, very, very muddy.
Okay.
Never seen it. Was that? Yeah. What? The last piece of wood removed. Oh. Well, most of this is Georgia Cyclone wood.
I mean, the track mark. Remember that one spot that was still there?
Oh, the
Truck and
one
turf?
piece? I think it's still there. I think it is.
I know you haven't gotten
see it
there yet,
anymore,
so.
yeah. If we were in there, I think we'd get a better view of it.
Excuse me? I've never actually ridden a hybrid coaster before. Have you ridden one?
I have not, no.
What's
He
your
has.
question? I have.
What's your
He has to
question
get
then?
brave.
It's a good one.
Which ones have you ridden?
Lightning rod, twisted sight, tosses.
Do you have a projected opening date?
Yes, May 25th.
July with
May 25th.
Media day is great.
Media Day is 23rd. 23rd, yeah.
That's not a
It's a
hybrid.
Wednesday.
And also, but I've ridden,
I'm fine.
It's got that little twist in it. Big puddle, yeah. Oh, that one's that's got a puddle.
That's a pond.
You call that a puddle? Oh, because I looked over
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we have the exact spot. I think we have an idea. I think it's probably going to be similar to Clippers.
Yeah, I was about to say the roll.
Yeah, over here, the roll is really neat on the outside.
Oh, yeah.
Inside, and I think they're probably going to be there because they're coming down off the hill and right into off the drop.
Gene, other than the mud, is there rain or no construction?
It's probably not really. We're actually. Where we should be right now. They actually.
Big red truck.